Hidden somewhere on almost every large cargo ship is a room most crew members hope they'll never have to use, a steel-reinforced space built for one purpose: to keep the crew alive after the pirates are already on board. It's called a citadel, and it's exactly what the name suggests: a secure, fortified refuge built into the structure of the ship, designed to protect the crew during a hijacking or armed boarding. When pirates board a vessel, the crew's first move, in many cases, isn't to fight back. It's to retreat, lock themselves inside this room, and wait. This might sound counterintuitive at first. Wouldn't fighting back or trying to keep control of the ship be the more instinctive response? But for an unarmed merchant crew facing armed attackers, resistance almost always increases the danger rather than reducing it. Removing themselves from the equation entirely and turning the situation into a waiting game for professional responders has proven to be the far safer strategy. A proper citadel isn't just a strong door. It's reinforced against forced entry, stocked with food, water, and medical supplies, and equipped with its own independent communication system so the crew can call for help even if the rest of the ship's systems are compromised or the bridge itself has been taken over. On many vessels, the citadel goes even further. From inside that locked room, crew can remotely disable the ship's engines and steering, turning a hijacked vessel into a powerless, drifting target, buying time for naval forces to respond, without a single crew member needing to confront an armed attacker directly. The room itself isn't glamorous. It's often a converted engine control room, a steering gear space, or another already secure compartment deep in the ship's structure, chosen because it's hard to access from the outside and easy to seal quickly from within. This concept became widespread for a very specific reason. The waters off the Horn of Africa in the early 2000s and 2010s saw a dramatic surge in piracy targeting commercial shipping. Armed groups would approach in small, fast boats, board large, slow-moving cargo vessels, and take the entire crew hostage for ransom, sometimes for months at a time. Traditional defenses, like simply outrunning a small boat or physically resisting boarders, often weren't realistic options for a massive, heavily loaded cargo ship with a small crew. What shipping companies and naval forces needed was a way to protect the people on board even after the vessel itself had been boarded. The Citadel became that answer. In multiple documented cases, ships facing active hijacking attempts successfully evaded a full takeover simply because the crew reached the Citadel in time, locked it down, and held out until naval forces arrived. One case even involved a British warship racing to rescue a German-owned vessel after its crew barricaded themselves inside, with the pirates eventually abandoning the ship once they realized reinforcements were close. International naval coalitions built entire counter-piracy operations partly around this strategy. Warships patrolling high-risk waters knew that if a distress call confirmed the crew had reached their citadel, the situation, while still dangerous, had shifted from a hostage crisis into something closer to a waiting game one, where time worked in the crew's favor rather than against them. But a locked door and a stocked pantry only work if one crucial step happens first, and it's the step that decides whether the Citadel actually saves anyone. Here's the part that makes or breaks the entire strategy. Every single crew member has to make it inside before the door is sealed. If even one person is left outside, unaccounted for, the whole plan can collapse. That's because once the Citadel is locked, anyone still moving around the ship has to be assumed hostile. By responding naval forces, there's no way to tell a missing crew member from an armed attacker from the outside. Maritime safety guidelines are explicit about this, confirming that every crew member is accounted for and secured inside is treated as the single most important step of the entire procedure. This is why ships that operate in higher risk waters run regular Citadel drills, timing exactly how fast the entire crew can reach the room, confirm headcount, and seal the door, because in a real hijacking, that response has to happen in minutes, not sit as a plan that's only ever been discussed in a briefing. Crew training also covers what happens if someone genuinely can't make it in time, a person working in a distant part of the ship, or injured during the initial boarding. There's no easy answer here, which is part of why shipping companies invest heavily in early warning systems. So the alarm sounds long before pirates are actually close enough to board, giving every crew member the maximum possible time to reach safety. The Citadel strategy isn't foolproof, and recent incidents have shown exactly how it can fail. In one attack off the coast of Nigeria, a well-organized group of armed pirates managed to breach a ship's citadel entirely reportedly through a hatch, possibly using explosives, and successfully kidnapped over a dozen crew members despite the safe room being used exactly as intended. That case is a sobering reminder that a citadel buys time, it doesn't guarantee safety. It works best against opportunistic attackers looking for an easy target, and it becomes far less reliable against a well-prepared, determined group willing to force their way in. Which is exactly why the Citadel is only ever described as one layer of a much larger security strategy, never a complete solution on its own. Shipping companies operating in high-risk regions typically combine the Citadel with other layers' physical barriers like razor wire along the deck rails, water cannons that can repel small boats before they ever reach the hull, and, in some cases, armed security teams. The Citadel is the last line of defense, not the only one. The core idea behind the Citadel retreat, seal, communicate, wait for help has influenced maritime security, thinking well beyond just cargo ships facing pirates. Modern cruise lines still brief passengers on heightened security procedures when sailing through waters known for piracy risk, including instructions to stay alert, keep curtains closed, and follow crew guidance immediately if an alert is given. It's a strange thing to realize, somewhere in the hull of nearly every large ship crossing certain waters right now, there's a small, fortified room, stocked and ready, that almost nobody on board will ever see, hoping, every single voyage, that it never has to be used. It's easy to think of a ship's safety systems as fire extinguishers and life jackets. But somewhere below deck, there's a room built for a much darker possibility, quiet, reinforced, and ready, in case the danger a ship faces one day isn't the sea at all.